Hey guys, it's Sunday, July the 16th, and today, where are we?
Tillamook Creamery.
Yeah? All right, let's go take a tour of this place and see how they make ice cream.
25 truckloads, there's one.
Whoa. Each tanker truck holds 6,000 to 8,000 gallons of milk. We receive 25 truckloads of milk a day.
That's a lot of milk.
Yeah.
A lot of ice cream.
Found out that if we wanted a guided tour, we were going to have to wait for several hours. Due to time constraints, we did the self-guided tour through the cheese factory. Still learned some pretty interesting information. Like, they produce 170,000 pounds of cheese in here a day. They package around 1 million pounds of cheese per week. And then there's a facility on site where they can age up to 50 million pounds of cheese at one time. Also was interested to find out that they only add salt. That is all they add to the milk to produce Tillamook cheese. Interesting, I didn't know that salt was the only thing that they add. After seeing how it was made, we had to get our picture made in the Tillamook van and hit the free samples. Confession, we did hit the free samples hard enough that there was cheese in my van for over a month. Heck yeah, Tillamook.
Yep.
All right, let's go. And now we're heading on to, did they say Mears Lighthouse?
Yeah.
We're heading to Mears Lighthouse. Hey Mom, where are we at now?
We're at Cape Mears Lighthouse. Right outside of Tillamook.
Where is the lighthouse? Is the lighthouse on that side?
Well, the trail that we just passed said it was down there.
I think it's that way. We were just waiting on Peggy.
We're pretty high up. That was a decent climb. The van did not like it.
Does this go anywhere? A little short, squatty one, isn't it?
Doesn't need to be very tall. It's already up on top of a cliff.
See, this doesn't bother you a bit, does it, Parker? Not having that problem yesterday.
How are you guys doing today?
Good, you?
Good. So this mechanism here is what turns the moon's carousel itself. This outside portion would turn while the tub on the inside would stay fixed, the light source. If you imagine a grandfather clock, that's kind of what this was designed after. Originally it had a cable that ran from the mechanism all the way to the room below us, and it had a 200-pound lead weight attached to the bottom. So when this opened up in 1890, all the way to 1934, every 2.5 hours they would have to come up here and crank the lead weight back to the cylinder. They're extremely happy though in 1934. Anybody guess why?
Electricity.
You got an electric motor, good. So the electric motor was in place from 1934 all the way to 1964 when this lighthouse shut down. But when it did shut down, they went to an electronic beacon. So the electronic beacon would bring some electronic signal to the ships. And that's how they would determine where they were on the coast. And the beacon was housed in this little block building behind us. That's where it was located. All the iron in the lighthouse here came from Portland, Oregon. It was shipped by boat to Tillamook and then brought out here to Cape Mears. And all the brick was sourced locally. It was cost prohibited to ship the brick in. So they found a local clay source, built a kiln, and fired all the bricks on site for this building and for any of the other buildings at the time. The lighthouse keeper would come in 30 minutes before sunset to light the light, and he would keep it lit until 30 minutes after sunrise or until he had visibility onto the ocean. The original light source was a kerosene bath with 5 wicks. Later they went to a mantle style like a Coleman lantern. So the lighthouse keeper residence was up where the current parking lot is. That's where he lived.
That's a long way to walk.
The height of the lighthouse is 38 feet tall. The cliff itself out front is 217 feet. And the light that the lighthouse produced could have been seen 21.5 nautical miles out to sea. Does anybody know how far a nautical mile is?
It's a little over a mile, isn't
It is 1.15. And I only know that because I looked it up. So both of them. The lens itself was designed by a French physicist named Fresnel. It was constructed in France. And when it was completed, it was shipped around South America and brought here and set in place. The lens itself weighs 2,000 pounds. Of course, it didn't come in one piece. They put it together after they got here. But they did bring it all the way from ship out front, all the way up to 217-foot cliff to set it in place and build it.
How did they do that?
Ropes, pulleys, and they're pretty ingenious back then. I mean, they built the lens in 1890, so that's pretty ingenious.
Hardy souls back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Tougher than, I always say they're tougher back then than they are today, so.
They didn't live as long either.
Yep. No safety standards and all that, so. You know how they would tell, how the ships would tell what lighthouse they were looking at when they just seen lights?
We know
I
on
know
the
on
East
the East
Coast,
Coast.
but I don't know
What's
over
the,
here.
what's on the East Coast?
Black and white design on the lighthouses.
But if they couldn't see the lighthouse, all they could see is the light. How would they, you know how they would tell?
No.
So each lighthouse has a unique pattern of light. So the pattern of light for this lighthouse is a white to a super bright red pulse, white to a super bright red pulse, and so they look at this design light pattern and they'd say, okay, we're at Cape Mears. They had a book to tell them what the different patterns were, so that's how they would know where they were.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
So the white here has a longer, but it was only 18,000 candle power, but the red is 160,000 candle power. The pulse, the real bright.
And I'm surprised they use red, because red you can't see as well at night.
So red is unique to lighthouse. Maybe that's why. There's not very many lighthouses that have red in their light patterns. This one just happens to have it. So how they achieved the difference in candle power was they had what they call bullseye lenses.
Yeah,
The bullseye had one of those. So behind each red panel up there, they had one of those behind it, and that's what focused the light into the bright beam. So that's probably why another reason why it had to be so bright too is for it's hard to see. So we don't have any other questions. We'll go upstairs and we'll take a look at the lens. Please don't touch the lens itself. Watch your head here as you go up the stairs, and if you look about halfway up, you can see how they got into light the light itself.
Parker, you don't have to worry about your head.
I think I still do.
I hate to hit it.
If he could, I could, so I'm ducking.
Oh, wow.
The decorative glass on the floor is decorative, but it also serves the function of letting the natural light down through the wood.
You know, they thought of everything to make it easier, because it didn't have, electric light, so you use glass to reflect the light back downstairs.
I'm thinking they put off enough light too, that even the light from this would carry over down below.
I'm sure it would.
So
Parker.
Feel free to take any pictures you like to take. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them. And otherwise, whenever you're ready, we'll go back downstairs the same way we came.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Called the octopus tree.
It's called the octopus tree, and it's called the octopus tree for a good reason. Look at this thing. Mom said, "This is cool." We all started walking. Well, she wasn't wrong. This is cool.
Look at that hole in that rock there, where you go through.
Now in Depot Bay. It's the world's smallest harbor. What do you think of that?
That's small.
Here you go see it.
Yay. We're at the wrong spot.
So that's the world's smallest harbor right there.
And where
that-
the heck?
Dockside Charters, that's who we're gonna go do the whale watching with.
That one right there that's moving in?
You see this, the building, it says Dockside Charters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where's the boat? Where's the whale watching boat?
The Tackle Busters one, Surf Riders one, I think Outer Limits is one. But they own all of them. I don't know which one we're gonna go on. Let's see if we can spot you a sea lion. Out on Fogarty Beach. See that sea lion out there? We do, they don't. Let's go climb on these rocks. Hey, what do you see over there? What is that over there?
A red starfish.
Is that cool?
And
It's
then
in
you
this
got it-
tide pool right here. I don't know if you guys can see it when the water goes away right
there.
now. It's showing, but it's gonna disappear again here in just a second. Look
We
at
almost
that.
got wet all the way up here.
Nah.
Yeah, the water went all the way up here right there. That one was
There's
big.
another sea lion way out there. I see 3 of them right here. One. There's one right here. And there's one further out past it. See that? Oh shit, look how many are popping their heads up. You see all those?
Yeah. Holy smoke.
There's like 5 or 6 sea lions right here.
All right, I'm going.
Just be careful.
I'm gonna wait for a big wave, then I'm gonna go right after the big wave. Big brain.
The colors of this rock are awesome. Aren't the colors of this awesome?
Yes. You know what? The water can't get in.
It might. I love playing in the little creeks on the beach, and so is he.
I got stuck there for a little bit.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Well, that's a first. I just had a bird shit on me. Got me there. Got me there. Asshole. Bird shit on me. Damn it. You see what happened to me? You see what happened to me? What happened?
A bird just crashed on me.
Got me here and there.
It's green.
It didn't get me on the head, did it?
Hold on, duck down again. No.
Okay.
It's green.
Yeah, let's go. I just got shit on.